You are not born confident. Those are the words that literally leaped out of an email that I received a couple of weeks ago. An email that was being sent to the HR community. And I'll be really honest with you, my initial reaction was, fuck. What a disempowering message to send to people, especially to send to women in leadership. So if you received that email, or you're operating from an idea, from a belief that confidence is something outside of you, that confidence is something that you have to build, that you have to develop, then this video is perfect for you. My name's Sarah Maud. I'm the founder of the Mind Solution International, and over the last 14 years, I've held over 5,000 one-to-one sessions. And one of the biggest things that I've heard over the years is people saying to me, I want to feel more confident. I've lost my confidence. I've had a knock to my confidence, that this situation has chipped away at my confidence. And what I guide my private clients, and what I'm guiding you back to in this video, is the absolute knowing that confidence is natural. Confidence is innate. You don't have to build it. You don't have to find it. You didn't lose it on the number 26 bus. Confidence is a natural state that you access when you're not caught up in habitual thinking. And can you imagine if we came into the world believing that confidence isn't something we were born with? That confidence is something that we needed to build. Can you imagine all the children that had to learn to walk, or had to learn to talk, or had to learn to read and write, going, do you know what? Don't think I've got the confidence. I think I need to just build on my confidence. Maybe I'll wait until I get to, maybe 5. Maybe by the time I get to 5, I'll have the confidence to keep walking. Confidence is a natural state that you access, that is simply the absence of insecure thinking. And it's the insecure thinking that's simply getting in the way of you accessing what is natural, what is innate. Now, the way that it creates an illusion that it's something that we've built is that when we get good at something, take driving. I don't know about you, but the first time that I sat behind the wheel of a car, I did not experience feeling confident. I was very much all mirror, signal, maneuver. What am I doing? Oh my God, I've actually gone round the roundabout the wrong way. That did happen in my driving test. And yet, over a period of time, through consistency, through repetition, how many of you can get in a car, you can drive to somewhere, drive to work, drive to the other end of the country, and you feel confident doing it? Well, the reason that you feel confident doing it is because you're not in your head overthinking it. And these thoughts that, I'm not very good at this. I can't do right for doing wrong. I'm not confident. I'm insecure. I'm an imposter. I'm not adequate enough. I'm not good enough. I'm not worthy enough. I've heard these stories time and time and time again. And I resonate with them because I used to have a story of my own. A story that said I had to be seen to be perfect, that I wasn't good enough. But the thing that transformed it for me, and what transforms it in my HR inner circle, is recognizing it is simply thought. Thoughts taking form in the moment. I was working with a private client recently who'd created this story from such an early age that I'm not adequate. And she went into the world of banking when she was 16. She's now 46. And it's reasonable to say that in that time frame, she's continued to affirm, I'm inadequate. Now, there are times when she doesn't experience feeling inadequate. And when we looked at when those times were, it's just simply because she's not thinking those thoughts. She's not paying them any attention. She's just present. She's getting on with something. And when she's getting on with something that she's very comfortable with, that she's familiar with, well, then those thoughts they don't even appear. It's only when she's doing something that's unfamiliar. She's recently had a promotion and she's in a new role, and she's not completely au fait with everything that there is to know in that new role, which is completely normal and natural because there's a learning process. But in moving into something that's unfamiliar, this story has just become louder. This voice, this sense of identity that this is who I am, that I'm not adequate, has become so loud. She's been paying attention to it. She's been believing it. She's been accepting it as truth. And my question to her was, what if it wasn't true? What if that was just a story that you've simply and innocently affirmed for over 30 years, but actually you've never thought to challenge? And the subconscious mind, it's going to accept whatever you say to it. It's not going to argue back and say, well, maybe that's not true. It's just going to keep accepting what you affirm. And so when we keep repeating these stories, when we keep repeating these narratives, when we believe them and accept them as truth, well, they just create neural networks in the brain. And we get to a point that we're not even thinking them, they just get activated. So when my client's been in this situation where she's in the unfamiliar, it's just like this part of her brain is just lit up. And she's just been paying attention to this story. But when she started to learn that actually this is just a story, it is just a thought that's appeared, and I have a choice about whether I choose to give it any of my time, any of my focus, any of my energy, which is actually something she'd never really thought about. She just kept accepting. And what strikes me about that is we have agency to decide what we accept as truth and what we don't. And the more that we can see that actually these are just thoughts. Thoughts are like the weather, they come and go. Then we can start to create a very, very different sense of being. Because who you're being when you're doing the work is everything. And this is something that we cover in great depth and detail in the HR Inner Circle, is really looking at who you are being when you are doing. Because if who you are being is thinking that you're not confident, thinking that confidence is something that you need to build, that you're not resilient enough, that you're not strong enough, you're not clever enough, you're not anything, then that's who you're being when you're going to be doing. And that's going to impact your performance. It's going to impact how you come across in leadership meetings, your influencing ability, all of that. So the HR Circle is a place only for HR professionals where we guide you back to the truth of who you really are. And the truth of who you really are is already confident. So more details about the HR Inner Circle to come. But in the meantime, I'd love to hear what landed with you in this video. So pop your comments in the comments box, and I look forward to you joining me on another video again very soon.